Welcome bakers, this is Take 2 Bakes. I'm Robin, your host, and today we're going to be making a lemon drizzle cake. It is one of the moistest cakes I've ever been able to make, and I'm so excited to share this with you. I'm going to run through the ingredients really quickly. I will have them all listed down below, so no need to get out a pen and paper right now. We're going to start with 75 grams of 75 grams of butter. We have 125 grams of sugar, 2 tablespoons of lemon curd, 2 room temperature eggs. These have been sitting out for about 30 minutes, 2.5 tablespoons of milk, full fat. I did look in the refrigerator and I had almond milk, so I had to run to the store and get some different. Then we have 150 grams of flour and then 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Everything's going to be listed below, so if I've messed up on one of them, the exact recipe is going to be below, so don't worry about that. So let's start by creaming together the sugar and the butter. This process, I like to use an electric mixer because by hand this could literally take me days and days, and I don't have days. So we're going to start off by creaming those two together. It's going to take about 10 minutes on medium. So while you're doing that, feel free to go do something else because you have a good solid 10 minutes. What we're going to be looking for is a light yellow color, a fluffy consistency. So don't get discouraged thinking you're doing it too long or not long enough. 10 minutes is about the right time. So I'm going to get this going for us, again, on a medium speed. That's been about 10 minutes, so now you can see if I lift this up, it's real light and fluffy. Let me take this out so you can kind of see the inside of the bowl as well. It's almost like a cloud if you want to compare it to something. At this point, we're going to start adding the other ingredients. We're going to go ahead and add the eggs. I like to add them one at a time, very slowly, to get those really incorporated. So I'm going to turn it on low, 1 egg at a time. So just drop one in there, give it a second to kind of blend together, and then do the other egg. Then next we're going to put in lemon curd. If you've never had lemon curd, you're welcome to make your own. I have not made my own yet, but I'm probably going to in a couple of videos. I had never even had lemon curd until up to recently, and it is amazing. I cheated myself, basically. So we have the eggs in here going together quite nicely. I'm going to go ahead and add that lemon curd in there. Make sure I get every single bit of that curd. I got my curd off of Amazon, but recently I was over in the UK visiting a friend, and we went to the local grocery store and picked up some. I went ahead and brought about 3 jars back home because I love it so much. So if anyone from the UK would like to send me some, please feel free to do so. Here's our milk. Now I'm going to go ahead and scrape down the bowl really good, and then I'm going to start incorporating my flour and my baking powder. But let me get this scraped down really good. Give me 1 second. So now I'm going to add, I went ahead and just put the flour and the baking powder together. So now I just like to mix it together so that no little particles are by themselves. And then I'm going to just, with a spoon, add it a little bit at a time to my wet mixtures. I find this to be the easiest way to make sure that it's all incorporated, and also too, it blends so much faster and so much easier. So just a little bit at a time, a spoonful is all I do at a time. We're going to get all this together. And then I'm going to show you about lining your pans. So I had 2 different tins. I've tried both of them. This is a darker pan and I felt like it cooked it way too fast. So this is a lighter in coating, but also lighter in weight. So this is the one that I choose to make this with. I just found it to be easier, and I got a much more even bake through the whole cake. So push this off to the side. We're going to go ahead and line the tin. I want to spray it really good. You're probably thinking, well, why would she do that if she's about to line it? This also helps the parchment paper stay right where we need it to stay. I went ahead and already cut out my parchment paper. So I'll lay this one down first, all the way across. I've scored it so that it matches the tin, sorry. And then this one is across. I do it like this so that when it's time to bring it out, I'm just gonna pick it up by the tab. I can open it up and it's beautiful. Let's go ahead and take this off. And you can see it's not a real runny mixture. So we're just gonna lay it in the tin and even it out. Oh my gosh, if you guys could smell this, it is like a lemon orchard. It smells amazing. And that's before it's even baked. So now I have it all in here. I'm just gonna even it out throughout the whole tin, making sure to get in all the corners. Your oven should already be at 350 degrees. So we're gonna go ahead and pop this in for about 40 minutes, okay? So once your cake has been in the oven for about 40 minutes, I set mine for 35 minutes using my timer, but I like to check in the last 5 minutes. So it's usually done anywhere between 35 and 40 minutes. So I do love, just really quickly, I do love this timer. I've tried multiple timers. I've tried using my phone. I've used other things. This is the best timer ever. It has a great little stand. I'm gonna put it down below so you can see which kind it is. So we pulled the cake out. The last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add the lemon drizzle on top. So to do that, I have 2 tablespoons of sugar in the cup here, and then I just zested a lemon, and I got this zester from IKEA. Super cheap, super easy. You just wanna get the rind off of it basically. Make sure that when you get to the white part, you're stopping. So once you zest a whole lemon in there, you're gonna squeeze 1/2 of the lemon into the bowl. Mix it together really well. I've already done that. Now, remember I told you about that parchment paper. So now at this point, I can literally just lift it out of the tin, pull it down, move this tin out of my way. And now I'm just gonna brush the lemon drizzle on top of the cake. A couple of things on this, old school pastry brush, I hate it because I feel like it gets very dirty. It's hard to clean. So for sanitary purposes, I do prefer using the silicone one. The bristle one gets in there a little bit better. This is a little more difficult to use, but again, it's so much easier to wash up, and I know that it's actually clean. So I'm gonna go ahead and just brush the whole cake. And make sure you do a generous brush because what's gonna happen is it's all gonna soak in, and it's gonna give it that moisture and that lemon flavor there all the way through. So just keep going until you have none left. I like to be very generous with this. Again, don't spare any of it. Don't say, oh, well, you know, I feel like that's enough. Just keep going. It's gonna soak in and you're gonna really be glad that you put all of it on there. One thing that I have noticed once I do this step is that it does kind of sink in a little bit. Don't worry about it. The flavor is amazing and it is very normal. I don't think I've had one yet that hasn't sank in a little bit. So don't think you're doing anything wrong when that happens. So now once I have that, set that aside, I'm just gonna lift this up, take all my parchment off, and then voila, I have a beautiful lemon drizzle cake. Guys, I hope you love it as much as I do. I feel like we should go ahead and take at least a little bite. That would just be wrong if we didn't taste some of it. And you open it up, and I don't know if you can see how light and fluffy it is in there, but it is super moist. The lemon is amazing. I hope you enjoyed making it as much as I enjoyed sharing it with you. Have a great day.